What up, gang? How we doing? Getting ready for episode 4 here. I can't believe I made it this far, to be honest. I thought I'd give up after episode 2 after seeing how bad I can draw. You guys, if you guys know, it hasn't been a great upward trending here. But we're still working at it. We're still drawing. So yeah, I guess we'll get to it. Boop boop. Alright, gang, for the first drawing here, oops. Was it still good? Okay, we're still good. For the first drawing here, I'm going to be drawing my cat Jojo, just his face. It's going to be kind of a face drawing episode. So we'll get started here with a big circle. Big circle. Big old head he's got. He's pretty fat, if you guys saw him last episode. So he's got a big chunky head. For cat eyes, how do we want to do this? Maybe like a cool little teardrop. Ooh, now he looks like a superhero. Okay, well, we're gonna stick with it. Meow. This is how he meows, dude. Meow. Alright, and then we'll go with a little cute nose here. Some whiskers. Meant to draw this in orange, but now it's going to be pretty much all black. Okay. And I think he's got a little mouth like this. Wow. Yeah. Do I want to... It'd kind of be stupid to add the orange now. Yeah, we're going to stick with black. He's an orange cat, though. Little cat ears. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Little cat ears, and then what? I think we'll give him the snake eyes, dude. He always has these when he's acting crazy. So he's about to unleash himself in this picture. Is there really anything else I can do? Not really. I can give him little freckles. Give him little freckles right here. Boop, boop, boop. Alright, well, that was quick. Alright. We'll set that aside. The next one we were going to do is a zombie. I wanted to draw another zombie. I've done this before, so I thought this would be a cool one to do. Let me just check on this. Yeah, that looks good. Alright. So, I'm going to do it sideways, actually. We're going to do this. So, big old head. We're going to give him eyes. A big old mouth, big scary mouth. Rawr. Some ears. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. A nose. And for his hair, we're just gonna draw kind of like 3 spindly things out there. And then a mouth. Some teeth. We gotta finish those up there, otherwise it looks kind of jank. Then what I'm thinking is some blood around the mouth so that everyone knows he's a zombie, dude. There's some like really bloody teeth. Some blood around the mouth. Alright, there we go. That's looking like a zombie, dude. Then, oh yeah, we gotta color in his eyes. Here, we'll go like this. Give him some eyelids. And then I'm thinking some like bloodshot eyes. So, there we go, looking very undead here. If I saw this dude on the street, dude, I would avoid him. I knew the apocalypse would be coming, dude. I'd grab my 2 packages of Velveeta Belgian cheese and I'd camp out, dude, wait for the apocalypse to be over. I used to actually do that as a kid. I used to have a zombie apocalypse kit. Like I stole a bunch of cans of green beans from my parents and I put them all in a backpack, and along with like a pocket knife and a flashlight. And so I was ready. I didn't tell any of my parents any of this. I was kind of hoping it would just be me alone in the house. They would have ran off or something. But that ended up not happening, guys. So I never needed it. it is kind of strange when you see people like grown adults doing that, you know, prepping for the apocalypse, spend their whole life prepping for the end of everything. Seems like a kind of a twisted metaphor, you know? Like you spent your life waiting for life to end, you know? Kind of a, I don't know. I just watched Last of Us Season 1 with that Bill guy, and I think they touch on that a little bit with his romance, that he never really, he just spent time preparing for the worst, so he never got to have the best, you know what I'm saying? Try not to be that guy. But yeah, this is coming along here. This isn't exactly the shade of green I would have wanted for this, but it works. It's that sickly skin he's got, dude, from being undead. Being reanimated as a corpse. Never actually seen a really, like, a decaying corpse. I'm glad I haven't, mind you, but I'm kind of wondering what happens, like, what it starts looking like a weekend. Like, does their skin actually turn green, blue? You know, does it change colors? Do they, like, how fast does the decaying process start? Okay. Probably should have waited for that red, but hey, you know what? I gotta censor that out. Should have just filled in Jojo's face with a bunch of orange. That would have probably been smart. But hey, that one's over. We're on to the next one. Already on to the next one. Oh, man, I forget how long this takes. Alright, but hey, we're trucking. I mean, considering how long most people take to do their art, I think this is pretty reasonable, actually. I see those like 40-hour drawings on Reddit and Facebook, TikTok, and I'm not jealous of them, dude. I'm not really that jealous. That seems like, I mean, if it takes the same amount of time to drive across the United States of America as it does for you to finish a picture of a skull, more power to you, but wow, what a time sink. Some ears colored in here. Okay, there's a zombie. There we have. Yeah, I like that. Kind of a fan of that. I'll put that in my drawer. Alright, for the next drawing, for the last drawing, I'm just gonna do a picture of a cow. Just because I got inspired. I was watching a YouTube video and they said the word cow. And I was like, you know what, I kind of like to draw that. So we're gonna try drawing a cow. I think I'm just gonna draw a cow face, and it's gonna be like kind of like an oval. Oh, not that much of an oval. Some ears, and then kind of like a big old snout. With 2 snout holes there. Okay. Eyes. And maybe I'll add like a gold ring too there. Yeah, this isn't looking too bad. Getting some eyes there, some little squiggles on the ears. Where's my yellow? There we go. I don't know, I've never seen a cow actually have a ring in its nose before. I grew up kind of in the country, amongst the farm animals. Not amongst them. I was in town, but it was a town of 2,000 people, so I mean, you know what I'm saying. It was small. There was cows places. I saw them. Never seen one with an actual ring in its nose. I don't know if that's something only like matadors. I've been to a rodeo. I'm pretty sure they didn't have rings in their bull's nose either. I'm kind of wondering where that comes from. And maybe I'll do like a little design, like a kind of like a cow spot on its face, and it'll be like a brown spot for this is a chocolate cow. One more, I think. I don't know about that. Did I do that with the brown? Yeah, I totally did. Wait. No, I didn't. That was black. Pretty sure I'm pretty sure the spots on cows are black, but hey, you know what? We're taking our own creative liberties. This is called creativity, guys. Using different colors for different things, you know? Like the blue duck from Happy Madison. And we'll just put a little something up here to kind of finish that off. Balance it out a little bit. Alright, guys. There's the cow. I'm pretty happy with it. Alright, switch back to the other view. Alright, gang. That was it for today's face drawings. We got the cow right here. We got Jojo, the smarmy little bastard, the smarmy little cat, you know. And then, here, I'll pull this one out again. And then the zombie. Ooh, this is probably, I don't know, I kind of like the way the cow's face, like it wasn't just a regular circle. I kind of combined two circles. So I like that, but I do like the zombie picture too. Jojo, this one is probably the worst. All right, we'll admit that. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to be it for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in. We're getting better and better every time, and yeah, hope to see you in the next one.